How's it going, peace? It is now time for the Raw results / highlights and review video. I'll go over the results, some of the highlights in my opinion, and give you guys my thoughts, my review on the show. So it kicks off with Bryan coming out for a one-on-one matchup against Fandango. And it's a pretty fun match, pretty entertaining matchup, although at one point it seemed like Fandango kind of botched his missing Bryan's kick. Pretty much, Bryan went for his final kick, the kick to the head. And either Fandango fell too soon, or Bryan missed the kick and Fandango sold it anyway. So it didn't look right. I mean, even Michael Cole on commentary said, oh, he missed the kick, but then he was like, oh no, but it looks like, you know, he might have got him or something like that. But anyways, yeah, Bryan ends up winning the matchup after like hitting the drop kick in the corner, followed that up with the diving headbutts, and followed that up with the running high knee for the 1-2-3. Bryan wins the matchup, and after that, yeah, Booker T and Jerry the King Lawler introducing the New Age Outlaws, and they are going to be presenting the Slammy for LOL Moment of the Year. The nominees were Vickie Guerrero when she got fired, and Santino when the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal were like using the flute to, I guess, control the Cobra. You also had, I don't know, what was the other one? Can't remember right now, but you had another one, and you also had the Rock concert. Pretty much the only funny one, in my opinion at least, was the Rock concert. So that got my votes. Oh yeah, and also something I forgot. After Bryan's match with Fandango, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family appeared on the Timetron, and once again it was Bray Wyatt trying to convince Bryan to join him, except this time he was saying that his patient was wearing thin. After that, Santino Marella came out for a matchup against Damien Sandow, and also Vickie Guerrero actually accepted. By the way, the Rock concert won the Slammy for LOL Moment of the Year, but instead of the Rock coming out, Vickie Guerrero came out and she accepted it for the Rock. She said that it represented her beauty. And anyways, the match between Damien Sandow and Santino goes on. Biggie Langston was on commentary. In the end, Santino tries for the Cobra, but Damien Sandow counters that and he hits the York Welcome full Nelson Slam, gets the victory. After the match, Biggie Langston gets in the ring with the championship and they have a stare down once again. And then following that, the Shield came out, and they're actually all in suits. Dean Ambrose says he knows he looks good, and he says, you know, that they've already won like 2 Slammies, but this Slammy they know nothing about, and that's because they're here to present the Slammy of Double Cross of the Year. The nominees were, and he said they know nothing about it because they would never double cross each other or something like that. Anyways, nominees were Triple H for pedigreeing Bryan, Shawn Michaels for super kicking Bryan. You also had Mark Henry faking his retirement to hit the World's Strongest Slam on John Cena, and I think that was it. Was that it? I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, and Paul Heyman hitting, I guess, betraying CM Punk in the Money in the Bank ladder match. HBK ends up winning the nominee, or I guess not the nominee, but the Slammy Award. He comes out and he says, you know, how come it took this long, you know, to win a Slammy? You know, I've been double crossing people for years, and now I get a Slammy for it. And the people start chanting, you sold out, you sold out. And Shawn Michaels jokingly says, you know, I sold out a long time ago, buddy. That's why I'm here. But then, you know, he laughs, thanks the fans, and that was it. And then it was Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. And, you know, the matchup was pretty quick. It was a pretty quick base matchup. I mean, right off the bat, Kofi Kingston, like, hit a running dropkick on The Miz. The Miz tried to get out of the ring and just leave, get counted out. But, Kofi Kingston went out of the ring, ran after him, attacked him, put him back in the ring. And eventually, The Miz ends up rolling Kofi Kingston and grabbing the tights for the 1-2-3 counts. So The Miz wins the matchup, he starts celebrating, and then when he turns around, Kofi Kingston hits him with Shovel in Paradise to stand tall, even though The Miz won. And then Eve came out for the Slammy Award for the Diva of the Year. Nominees were AJ, Caitlyn, Bella Twins, Funkadactyls, and Eva Marie. And this one I was totally expecting AJ to win, right? And anyways, before they announced the winner, Rey Mysterio, Big Show, Cody, and Goldust came out for a matchup against Ryback, Curtis Axel, and the Real Americans. Before that match got underway, Eva Marie announced that the winner and Diva of the Year is actually the Bell Twins. I was like, what? The Bell Twins? I mean, yeah, I know they returned, and Brie Bella was, you know, in numerous Divas title matches, but come on now. AJ was, like, by far the Diva of the Year. She won the Divas Championship. She pretty much, you know, took out every Diva or made them submit at, like, every pay-per-view. She was, like, the main focus of the Divas division. Even when not champion, she was, like, the focus. So, but anyways, yeah, the Bell Twins win, and, you know, the crowd did not like that. The crowd was booing, and Nikki sarcastically said, thank you, Seattle, you're so good to us. But anyways, yeah, the Bell Twins win the Slammy and thank the crowd, and or thank the WWE Universe, and that was it. And then the matchup got underway, the 8-man tag team matchup, and the team of Rey Mysterio, Big Show, and Cody and Goldust ended up winning the matchup when Rey Mysterio's the legal man, and he goes for the pinfall, obviously gets interrupted, so Big Show gets in the ring, he spears Ryback, right? It looked like a terrible spear. I was like, damn, that's probably the worst spear Big Show's ever delivered. Probably the worst spear I've ever seen. Really didn't look like a good spear. And then he gets out of the ring and he spears the Real Americans, and it's another terrible spear. So I'm like, oh shit, we just witnessed the two worst spears I've ever seen. And then Rey Mysterio hits the 619 on Curtis Axel, follows it up with the splash, gets the 1-2-3, and wins the match for his team. And then following that, Shawn Michaels comes out for the Superstar of the Year award. I was surprised they did it this early. I thought it was going to be like towards the end of the show. And he says the award, you know, should be called the HB Shizzle Award. You know, just a suggestion, that's what he says. And before he announces the winner, you have Sin Cara coming out and for a matchup. They go to commercial break. Once they come back, Shawn Michaels announces the winner, and it's Daniel Bryan. So that one, I'm happy about. Daniel Bryan, you know, had my vote. Although I did not vote for that one, I kind of forgot. But he would have had my vote if I would have remembered to vote. Anyways, he comes out and he grabs the Slammy, but Shawn Michaels still holding on to it. He holds on to it a little bit, but then he lets go when he just leaves. Doesn't really talk to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan actually thanks Shawn Michaels, says that really without Shawn Michaels, he probably wouldn't be here. But at the same time, if it weren't for Shawn Michaels, he would probably be WWE champion right now. And then he said he thanks the crowd, says 2014 is going to be an even better year, and he has one more thing to say, go Seahawks. Then he says, yes, 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 that's it. And then right after, Del Rey comes out for a matchup against Sin Cara, and once again, Sin Cara beat Del Rio with the Swanton Bomb. Except this time, before hitting the Swanton, he actually hit a signature move, which was a signature move Hunico used to do. Or, well, still does right now, obviously, since he just did it, but yeah. He went with the Swanton Bomb, so Sin Cara is 2-0 against Del Rio. That's if you don't count all the times Del Rio beat Sin Cara in the past. But after that, I believe the Primetime Players came out to award the award for the Fan Participation Award, which was for, well, the nominees were Fandango for the Fandangoing, you had R-Truth for the What's Up, he had John Cena for the Cena, Let's Go Cena, Cena Sucks chant, and also Daniel Bryan for the Yes, Yes, Yes chant. Daniel Bryan ends up winning it, and he says he's at a loss for words. So really, all that's left to say is yes, 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 and that's it. And after that, you have Brodus Clay coming out with the fucking tag titles in Tentai, and it's for a matchup against Xavier Woods. So Xavier Woods versus Brodus Clay. It's a really short match. It was like maybe even shorter than the Natalya versus Tamina match they had a couple weeks back on SmackDown. It was at a very maximum 2 minutes. Probably not even 2 minutes. Probably like 1 minute. I'm not sure. But bottom line, it was a really short matchup. Brodus Clay ends up winning with a top rope splash. After the match, he keeps on attacking Xavier Woods by hitting like 2 elbow drops on Xavier Woods, even though Tentai tries to stop him. And then he hits a splash on Woods. And then Tentai like kind of pushes him back and he's like, you know, calm down. And R-Truth even while Tentai was like taking Brodus Clay off of Woods, R-Truth was pushing him off and also kicked Brodus as well. And then Brodus Clay gets out of the ring, and he's like, "It's all about me. I'm a main event player." And that was it. Afterwards, The Miz came out to present the Insult of the Year award, but before he could, before they announced the winner, you had CM Punk coming out for a matchup against Dean Ambrose. The Insult of the Year award ends up going to Stephanie McMahon when she insulted the Big Show and slapped him a couple times. I was definitely surprised at that. I was expecting maybe AJ Lee to win, or if not, maybe Zeb Coulter. So she wins, gives her speech, and afterwards the CM Punk and Dean Ambrose match starts. And that was a good matchup, another great match between CM Punk and Dean Ambrose. And they also teased some, tension between the Shield once again, where Dean Ambrose, once he sent CM Punk to the outside, and then he went to the outside and told Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns that he's got this, and that he wants to do this on his own, and for them to leave. So they start leaving, they start walking up the ramp, and CM Punk rolls up Dean Ambrose, but Dean Ambrose kicks out. Dean Ambrose goes for the first finisher, CM Punk counters, then hits the go to sleep, and pins Dean Ambrose, wins the match. Right after, Seth Rollins tries to interfere, but CM Punk kind of kicks him, doesn't let him in the ring, but then when CM Punk turns around, Roman Reigns hits an awesome looking spear on CM Punk, and then the Shield just walk away, through the crowd. And after that, it was time for the Extreme Moment of the Year, and Mick Foley came out to present that award. The nominees were Ryback spearing John Cena through the, Minitron, and what else did you have? You had the Shield powerbombing The Undertaker through a table, CM Punk attacking Paul Heyman after the Hell in a Cell match, and also the Wyatt family smashing the steel steps on Kane's head. Those were the nominees. And before he can announce the winner, the Usos came out for a matchup against Eric and Luke Harper, and then the winner of the Extreme Moment of the Year ended up being, what was it again? It was CM Punk attacking Paul Heyman on top of the Hell in a Cell. I was also surprised. Personally, I voted for Ryback putting John Cena through the Minitron. But anyways, the Usos versus Eric and Luke Harper. You know what? It was a decent tag team match, I thought. And yeah, in the end, Luke Harper hitting his clothesline on one of the Usos, and it was a sick-looking clothesline. I'm not sure if it was Jay or Jimmy, but the person who sold that, the Uso that sold that clothesline, that was awesome. That was an awesome sell of the clothesline. Luke Harper wins the match for his team, and following that, you had Bret Hart coming out to present the Match of the Year award. And before he could announce the winner, Natalya came out for a matchup. Her opponent ends up being Tamina, and before the match starts, Bret Hart announces the winner of Match of the Year. Nominees were Rock versus Cena. You had CM Punk versus Taker, Brock versus Triple H in a steel cage match, and why do I always forget the freaking fourth nominee in every single category? Or, damn, what was the other one? Cody and Goldust versus the Shield at Battleground. Anyways, the winning matchup and winner of the Slammy ended up being John Cena. I was surprised at that too. Well, actually, no, I wasn't surprised, because I was expecting that to win, or the Undertaker versus CM Punk match, but the one I wanted to win was the Undertaker versus CM Punk match. At least that's what I voted for. So John Cena comes out. It's kind of a mixed reaction. Actually more so boos. But anyways, gives his speech, takes the Slammy, and then as far as Natalya versus Tamina goes, it was a short matchup, and Natalya ends up winning when Tamina accidentally kind of, takes AJ off the apron. AJ got on the apron to try and distract try and distract Natalya or something like that. And Tamina had Natalya on her shoulder for like a power slam or something. And when she turned around with Natalya on her shoulder, Natalya's feet kind of hit AJ, so AJ fell off the apron. Natalya took advantage of that, locked on the sharpshooter. Tamina taps out, Natalya wins. Afterwards, it was time for the Championship Ascension ceremony. They had like 20 or so former champions in the ring. You had Christian, Booker T, Bret Hart, Mick Foley, Kane, The Great Khali, Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Del Rio. I don't know, I'm not going to name all of them, but I named a good amount of them there. Oh yeah, and Shawn Michaels, of course. Anyways, Triple H introduces Randy, and then Randy and then John Cena. And, you know what? They both cut great promos. Both Randy and John Cena cut some great promos in this segment. And, it really made me even more excited for the matchup this Sunday, the TLC match between the two. And basically, they held up both championship, hung both championship up, and, you know, Randy talked first, cut his promo, and then John Cena followed that up with his promo. And in the end, John Cena actually, you know, extended his hand, and Randy shook it, but right after shaking it, Randy cheap shots John Cena, and then everybody in the ring kind of separates them, and while separating them, Randy's trying to get away, and CM Punk and all the others are kind of holding him back. So Randy actually pushes CM Punk. He grabs CM Punk by the face and pushes him away. And CM Punk doesn't like that, so he starts beating up on Randy. He starts punching him. And then Triple H comes from behind CM Punk and kind of pushes CM Punk away. And then CM Punk turns Triple H around, punches him, and after that, what happened afterwards? Oh yeah, afterwards, Shawn Michaels hit the super kick. He hit Sweet Chin Music on CM Punk. And then Daniel Bryan prepared for the high knee, the running knee on Shawn Michaels. He hits it on Shawn Michaels. And then Randy goes for the RKO on Daniel Bryan. He attempts the RKO, but Daniel Bryan counters it and pushes Randy away. And when he pushes Randy away, Randy accidentally knocks over Stephanie McMahon, so Stephanie McMahon falls down. And then they all kind of stop fighting, and they're all shocked that Stephanie McMahon, you know, I guess, knocked out in the ring. And they check up on her. Triple H gets mad, so he hits the pedigree on Randy. I was not expecting that. Hits the pedigree on Randy, and then he goes to check back on Stephanie McMahon as well as John Cena. And it ends pretty much with Randy kind of holding his head in pain for the pedigree, and Triple H, Kane, and John Cena helping Stephanie McMahon get up. And then you see John Cena, Kane, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon in one corner of the ring, all looking at Randy. So yeah, that was an interesting ending. It was a cool ending. It was an awesome ending with two great promos, and I like the finishes where you have a bunch of finishers. But definitely interesting. I did not see the pedigree coming. After he hit the pedigree, Triple H music hit, and that was pretty much it for the show with them staring down Randy. Anyways, man, as far as a rating for tonight's show and highlights, highlights definitely the last segment of the show. That was awesome. Two great promos, just an awesome ending with, a ton of finishers, possible teasers for possible matchups at WrestleMania with the, CM Punk hitting Triple H, and Shawn Michaels super kicking CM Punk, Daniel Bryan hitting the knee on Shawn Michaels. That was definitely the highlight of the show, the championship ascension ceremony. And also, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, as far as rating, I would give tonight's Raw a solid 8 on 10. Very good Raw. Especially, see, the thing is that the last segment, the championship ceremony, that rose the rating up a lot. That was the best segment of the show, and it was a really, really good segment. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This review is going on way too long. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can click that like button. Stay tuned for my prediction game videos this weekend for TLC. With that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.